Hey, what's going on out there, you guys? It's your girl, Pretty Sexy Jar of the brand, aka Sonder Assassin, and of course, I'm coming to you live in action for another review slash recap of She Hustle Shy. If you have not been watching She Hustle Shy, please, I'm telling y'all, sign up today for Tronics, the Tronics Network. They have multiple plans you can sign up for, and a host of shows that you guys can tap in, tune in, and watch. But I'm bringing to y'all today, tonight, or whenever you're seeing this in the year of 2026, She Hustle Chicago, episode 2, Watch Me Work, period. Also, big shouts out to Glizzy Glow. I heard she signed her deal with Interscope Records. And also, thank you to all the ladies that have been reposting me on Instagram, liking my posts, and showing me love over on my TikTok from the ladies of She Hustle Chicago. Thank y'all ladies so much. I truly, truly appreciate it. I cannot wait for season 2. But y'all, we finna jump on into episode 2. Watch me work, baby. And let's see what our girls and our boss female entrepreneurs are finna give the girls. So yes. As we jump on to the second episode of She Hustle Shy, baby, we get with our girl Miss Ronisha, and baby, she is at one of her suites today. She is shipping out her packaging for Pretty Hair Weave, and baby, she got her kids with her, and baby, she's showing them her day, her in and out, what she does, and also she says to teach them, that they can be their own bosses and that they can work for themselves and that they don't have to work for anyone else. And doing what they love, they can be like their own entrepreneur, their own bosses. And having her daughter there, Miss Chloe, teaching her the business, showing her like what is in steps for her if she one day decides to take over the business, or when her mother passes the business down onto her. And baby, it's just giving a vibe. It's giving real chill. It's giving, I'm producing my black wealth. My black wealth is going to be for generations, and I love to see that. And we just get to see Miss Ronisha being a mom, and checking in on some of her occupants that are renting out areas in her shop. And baby, she go in, check in with one of her lash techs, and she was like, "Girl, I got on this strip, and girl, I don't need them. I need you to hook me up." And I was like, "Okay." And then we see her go and do her husband's side of the business because he cannot stop by, which is the vending machines. And she says, they work as a team and they're a collaborative union, and that is what I love to see. Our girl, Miss Ronisha, really is a boss, and baby, she is really giving it what it's supposed to give. So yes, y'all. As we leave from that scene with Miss Ronisha, we are now with our girl Miss Day Jones, and baby, we are at Day Jones' office and creative space. And baby, today she's having a meeting with artists that she used to manage, and now she's back managing her, helping her with her career. And she said, that is what it's all about: creating the spaces, giving back, building the entrepreneurship, helping artists really get to where they want to be, because she said she learned from working and being signed, and she just wants to help and manage and really get them out there. And I love to see that. Baby, Miss Dage is in this office. The hair is curled, baby. The makeup is makeup, and the lashes is lashing. She is giving very big boss energy, and I love the way she came into the meeting with her artist. She gave her artist gifts. She let her know that, she is supporting her, behind her. And of course, her artists loved everything that was in the bag. And, they just get to talking about, like, what are the future plans? What are the next steps? What are the moves for her going towards in the future? And I really like this, because Miss Dage is really, doing bossy, giving balls, okay? Period. And it's just nice to see, and which I think is a very important message about how you should give back to your city, and how important it is to build within your city and collaborate. And just to see Miss Day Jones doing this in her hustle, in her own space, is really, I say, a motivator. And I think anyone that's watching She Hustle should, get the vibe. Like, it's time to boss up. It's time to show the girls, period. So yes. After we move from that scene, we go to our next scene, y'all, and it is our girl Monet Sky. And baby, you know Monet is a boss. She is an entrepreneur, and she gives a class, and she's teaching the future lady of entrepreneurs and business owners, you know, how to build their brand, build their investment, and you know, she says when she first started, you know, she knew what she had to do. She knew the work that had to be put in, and she did it. And she says now that she is in a space where you know she can teach and show people, hey, entrepreneurship, bossmanship, ownership, how important it is, and just how you have to have everything in a row, and you have to have your offices and your businesses and your paperwork. And I think that is very important. And just to see Miss Monet Sky and see where she's come from, and to see which the properties that she owns, and seeing who she is as a boss and as a teacher and as an entrepreneur, it is very lovely, especially in this moment and in these scenes. The ladies, I'm telling you, these ladies of She Hustle Chicago, back in case the girls is doing it. I don't know if y'all girls doing it, but they doing it. And I live for it. Clock it. Period. But yeah, as we go from that scene to our next scene. So yes, y'all. As we get into our next scene, it is our girl Glizzy Glow, and we are seeing Glizzy, you know, going to the stool, putting in that work, doing what she loves. But also, we get to see and hear a little bit more of Glizzy's story, and to see a little bit more of her in this episode, because we really didn't get a lot to see of Glizzy in episode 1. So I think in this episode to see her actually, you know, going and doing her studio and doing her studio session, and actually like working, just to see her workmanship and the work that she puts in really lets us know more of who she is as an artist, and to see her on that scale or aspect. And I think that is very beautiful, and I'm loving this orange jumpsuit, girl. Definitely need to give me that fit. But you know, y'all, I'm really loving this. Like, yeah. And y'all, we also get to see Glizzy like with her management team, and well, with her manager, not her team, with her manager. And you know, she sits down, she has a serious conversation with him, you know, about her goals, about her career, about the direction it's going, about some other plans that she's already got in motion. You know, you always got to have a plan for a plan. And I like the fact that Glizzy is prepared and also ready for, you know, in case anything may happen, go on, take place. She's already like, I got something in step. And he was asking her like why, and she was like, just because, you know, she gotta help, she got things she gotta do, she got people she gotta take care of. Like, you gotta get it by any means. So that means you gotta hustle. You just gotta hustle. And I love to see that. And then we get to see our girl Glizzy in the studio cooking it up. And you know, she came up with this track. She said she got up, she had this track from her producer, and it just hit her, and she just got up and she was ready to eat on the track, eat. And she did, and we actually get to see her in her studio session, which is very beautiful. So y'all, as we go from that scene to our next scene, yes, y'all. As we get into our next scene, it is our girl Day Jones, and baby, she is with her business partner and friend Skip, and baby, they are at her creative space, and they are stopping in to talk to one of her DJs or producers inside of her studio and creative space. And baby, let's just say she's coming in on business, okay? Per. And she's stopping in to let him know, you know, she's thinking about closing the creative space, and about, you know, how things are doing as far as like business. And baby, she says she cannot, you know, really continue to keep it open because she's in the red, and doors may be closing sooner than she thinks, which is very interesting, I will say, because as a business owner, you know, sometimes you have instances like this that happen. And she was like, you know, when she was out and she was traveling, going to New York and Los Angeles, they had all these creative spaces. And when she seen them, you know, she seen how much of a good idea it would be to put one in the city of Chicago to help, you know, artists develop and have a creative space to come to and create. But she says, you know, it's just not really working out the way she thought it would. And she's telling him, you know, she doesn't think she can continue doing this. Cause like she said, you know, he may have to be out of there sooner than he thinks, like, which is next week. And I'm like, ooh, sis. But you know, I think her having this conversation, you know, shows a lot of business owners that, you know, this is what it takes to be a boss. Sometimes you're gonna have to have those difficult conversations. They are gonna be uncomfortable, but as long as everybody is open and honest and willing to share how they feel, you know, it can work out and things can work into a better place. And I think Day Jones handled the situation correctly. She was like, yo, I'm letting you know what's up. Well, you know what's going on. I ain't putting you out here on Front Street, but this is what it's giving. A lot of people ain't coming here. She said, I ain't been feeling creative. And, you know, she even gets her friend that she brought with her to, you know, talk, because he's already been in these creative spaces before. And I think it's just really honestly nice to see, and goes to show that, you know, like I said, being a boss comes with a lot. A lot of times you gotta do things, and sometimes it may not put you in the best situation or positions, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Y'all, that was my review of Watch Me Work, episode 2 of She Hustles Chicago. Please make sure to download the Tronics app on your phone. You can install it on your smart TV and your Roku TV and sign up today. They have plans that you can select from, very affordable. And let them know that your girl Pretty Sexy Jar with the brand sent you their way. And until next time, Assassin family, it's me, girl, Pretty Sexy Jar with the brand, aka Sandra Assassin, and she out.